Not quite my tempo.
I'm gonna make him an offer again.
What up? It's episode 56 of Multiplex Loves Movies. That's a lot of episodes. I think we have officially more episodes than people have viewed the show. That's a plus. I'm excited about that. All things considered, I'm excited to be here. Love doing the movie news every week. And there's a lot to talk about this week. Not a lot of big stuff, but a lot of like little tasty nuggets that I'm really excited to speak about. So first, the first guest on the show this evening, we'll bring him in. He's the greatest team partner in the world, Mr. Nick TWOHIG. Nick, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. I love tasty nuggets. They're my favorite. Had some for lunch.
Did you? What were from? Like, did you make some or did you go somewhere?
I made some. Like in the microwave,
Nice.
like because they were frozen.
Nice. Oh, and you're afraid to use your oven
because I'm an adult. So,
well, hey, I had popcorn shrimp for lunch from Popeyes,
nice.
and then Maggie made some chicken tacos for dinner. We'll see how those did. They were tasty in the moment. We'll see how they handle later. If you know what I'm throwing down.
I do. Shrimp is such an adult food in all its forms.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
The champs are here. Guys, let's bring in the next guest. There's no one. It's just the two of us. This is an exclusive Knights of Ren show. Actually, no, Kaleb Koho will be here. He'll just be a tad late. We thought we'd get started without him because who wants to hear his opinion anyway? I mean, no one wants to hear my opinion either, but especially not Koho's. No, I'm kidding. He has a prior engagement. He will be here soon. Maggie also doing the school things. So Nick TWOHIG coming in clutch to come talk about the news. So guys, let's get started. First things first, the thing we always talk about now that this exists again in the world is the box office report. So Tenet, saw it. It did a thing. It made $20.2 million over the weekend. We'll talk about that for sure. New Mutants stays in the top 5 at number 2 with another 2.9 million. It's now grossed over 10 million worldwide. Unhinged with another 1.8. The movie keeps racking in the big bucks. And then Bill and Ted, we talked about it last week. You know, it's on digital. It's not making a lot of money in theaters. And SpongeBob, for some reason, is still showing up on the domestic box office report, even though it's only in Canada, and it still confuses me why it shows up on this report, but that's whatever. Okay, so couple things here. Tenet, 20.2 million over the weekend. That's cool. I'm happy about this. The highest we've seen so far was like 7 million last weekend for New Mutants, so this is a big jump in terms of box office numbers, people going to see movies, people checking stuff out. This gives me hope that when something like Wonder Woman comes out in October, that can make some good moolah. It's also important to know the movie has crossed $100 million worldwide, which is pretty awesome. That movie at this point has made over 100 million. I read a report today that it needs to make like, I think they said something like 500 million to break even. I don't know if it's going to get there, but looking at it right now, it's at 152 worldwide. So that's a good thing. Nick, you saw Tenet. A, did you like the movie? And B, what do you think about it making some money?
A, yeah, it's fine. Yes, and I took your advice afterwards, and I liked it a little better after I looked up a Tenet explained video, but also I was still kind of like, I don't need to get into specific reasons for people who haven't seen it. It's only been out a week. But I thought it was fine. Probably lower tier Nolan for me. The 20.2, that's a good sign. But the pessimist in me is sitting here being like, if that thing had come out a year ago, it would have broken like 150 million opening weekend.
Probably.
And it's sad that it probably won't break even, but hopefully, whoever is in charge of the movie business and the movie productions will see that this is a strange time and not be deterred from like, oh, Tenet was a failure, so we're not going to fund any more Christopher Nolan's movies.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen. But yeah, no, the 20.2, that's a good sign, especially when theaters aren't like allowed to be filled up right now. And just on another note, New Mutants was great. I think it's my favorite movie of 2020. So more for New Mutants.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I didn't hate New Mutants either. I thought it was fine. I think we talked about it last week. Koho also dug it. Maggie hated it, but that's, that makes sense. Going over to what Mr. Sellers is asking, did I see Mulan? I did. It came out over the weekend. I spent $30 on it. My Letterboxd review was a 3 out of 5, and I said 1 star for every $10 I spent on this movie. Is what I gave it. If you would like more detailed thoughts on my Mulan review, hit me up because I have a lot of problems with that movie. So I think I didn't see any reports this weekend about how much it made. I did read something that Disney Plus did like a record number of downloads, like a 67% uptick in downloads after Mulan came out. So that might have something to do with that. That's kind of cool, I guess. But I don't know. Mulan was meh. I liked Tenet. I'm glad it made some money. And we'll see what happens next weekend because there's only one new release in theaters next weekend. And I don't think it's going to be a big money maker. We'll talk about it at the end of the show. Okay. Let's move on to the next thing. This is something I'm very passionate about, very excited about. And that is that Tom Cruise is back to just give me everything I need in life. If look at this picture. This is a stunt that he's doing with a motorcycle, I believe. What? Is he just going to fly for us? I mean, he's already flown for us. He jumped out of a fucking like huge plane for us, and now he's doing this. I love the Mission Impossible movies. I'm glad that this movie is I keep cutting out. I'm glad it's back to being made, getting worked on again. That's exciting. I love these movies. Very much looking forward to it. The fact that they're teasing the production being back up with this fun picture is something that I'm really into. Nick, do you like the Mission Impossible movies? And are you excited that Tom Cruise is literally risking his life for us?
I have no opinions on anything, and therefore everyone will like me.
That's fair.
But Mission Impossible is fine. They all sort of blend together. I'm not like a big enough fan to like unblend them in my mind. I'm kind of like, oh, this is fun, actiony. This is the one where Tom Cruise does the thing and he leaves the agency, and then they come after him, and then he rejoins the agency because he's the good guy. It's like it feels a little repetitive, and I remember seeing the plane thing in 5. Was that 5?
Yeah, where he strapped himself to the side of the plane. Yeah,
and that was awesome. But also, I was kind of like, they're not going to top this. He's literally going to have to like do that jump that like the Red Bull guy did, who like broke the highest free fall record. I was like, he's going to have to do that to top this, because other than that, this is like, what's he doing? He's jumping off a built ramp with a motorcycle.
Basically is what it looks like. Yeah.
Canyon. All right, cool. Sure. I'm for it. I'll see it, but it will probably just blend with the rest of them for me. So I'm not as excited as you, Tim, but cool.
Yeah. These movies have like become a thing for me and Maggie. Like Mission Impossible is like kind of like, other than like, of course, the MCU, but the MCU was like around. Mission Impossible has been around for a long time too, but like the new ones, like 4, 5, 6, that has been like me and Maggie's like thing. Like neither of us had seen the first 3 going into seeing the fourth one together. So we like sat down, we watched all of them together, went and saw them. And so this has been our thing. Tom Cruise literally risking himself both for the entertainment of us from stunts perspective and from the COVID perspective. So thank you, Tom, for serving your country so well. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. This one I think is going to get TWOHIG'S attention just a little bit more. David Fincher is making a new movie. It is the first movie that he has made since 2014's Gone Girl. The movie is called Mank. Am I saying that right? It's just Mank? Yeah. I knew nothing about this. I literally knew nothing about this movie whatsoever, but it is starring Gary Oldman, Amanda Seyfried, and it is a behind-the-scenes look at Citizen Kane. I think we might have reported it. I think we talked about it a while ago that this was something he was interested in doing, but now it's happening, and there's pictures. Again, there's Gary Oldman doing his thing. I don't care what the movie's about. If Fincher's behind the camera, I want to watch it. There's only one movie of his I haven't seen, and that is Panic Room, but I hear Panic Room is decent. It's fine. It's pretty good. But everything else, like I genuinely really like. And honestly, the one that's hyped the most is probably Fight Club, and that's probably the one that I like kind of the least. But like Gone Girl, The Game, Benjamin Button, obviously Social Network is fucking amazing. So I am all about this. So behind the scenes Hollywood movie stuff with David Fincher, I'm there for it. I'm all about it. TWOHIG, please share your thoughts.
David Fincher is my favorite director. And he has not directed a single Fandom film. Would you look at that? Right? Yeah.
No, that's correct.
Yeah. So boom. Dropping surprises on all of you. No, David Fincher is my favorite director. Fight Club, I love. Seven, I love. Benjamin Button, I really, really like. Love it. Love's not quite there. But Zodiac, the Social Network, like everything you mentioned. I think oddly enough, the only one I also haven't seen is Panic Room. But the game is so good. David Fincher is my favorite director. So yes, I agreed. Anything David Fincher's coming out making a new movie, I'm down. I'm there to see it. I loved what was it? The Disaster Artist. I really, really like Saving Mr. Banks. So these kind of like behind the scenes movies. The Social Network, in a sense, is like a behind the scenes kind of movie of a major event that happened. So if you take the only thing, it doesn't give me hesitance, but like I would probably be more excited if I knew more about the story. Sure. Like I don't know what was going on behind the making of Citizen Kane. I don't know what makes it so interesting. But yeah, everything else, the cast, Charles Dance is in this. Lily Collins, one of those two.
Lily James is Cinderella. Lily Collins is someone else.
Well, one of the two Lilies is in the film. And I thought it was Lily James. I don't know who Lily Collins is.
I'll find out.
But either way, great cast, cool premise. It feels very Once Upon a Time in Hollywood-esque because they cast Orson Welles as like a guy I've never heard of. Or the actor is a guy I've never heard of, is playing Orson Welles.
That's playing Orson Welles, okay.
So Orson Welles, who you'd think would be sort of a main part in this story, isn't. So that makes me all the more interested.
On IMDb, it says that this is coming out October of 2020. Is that real?
I hope.
I missed that in the article, if that's the case.
Yes, please.
Let me find out, because there's a ton more images other than just the one that Great. Oh, wait, hang on. The film will reportedly cover blah, 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 blah. There is no official release date, although producer Eric Roth has said it will be on Netflix in October. So it's maybe it'll be on Netflix in October type of situation. So Lily Collins. Lily Collins. You had the Lily correct. She most notably the Mortal Instruments I hope that never gets added to YA dystopia because I may end it all. If that's the
Speaking Mortal Engines, I don't
no,
know.
no. Yeah, exactly. No, not Mortal Engines. The Mortal Instruments City of Bones.
Oh, okay,
2 hours and 10 minutes of pure magic.
great. I'm a little less excited, but still excited. Go, David Fincher.
She's a good actress. I've seen her in a couple other things. But yeah, Amanda Seyfried, Gary Oldman, Lily Collins, Tom Burke is the actor playing Orson Welles. His credits are Only God Forgives, The Souvenir, which I heard was very good. So yeah, we'll see. I'm excited. Like Tuig said, Fincher, anything he does, you want to keep your eye out for. So we will definitely talk more about it as we learn more. That being said, let's move on to the next story, which I'm sure we have things to discuss about it. COVID really just hates the Batman. The Batman has stopped production again because Robbie P, or as Koho's been calling him, Robert Battinson, Bat, I think is how it goes. I don't remember exactly. I think that's what he says. He has the COVID. He's sick. So that's rough. Movie stop production. There's a couple ways we could look at this. We could be mad that the Batman stopped production. We could be upset and sad about it, as Tuig is so beautifully showing here with his Joey Tribbiani faces. Or we could recognize that, Pattinson is probably going to go through a rough time having COVID. We wish him the best, and we wish that he gets better so he can finish making a cool movie. What we don't want to have happen is him be so sick that he can't ever make this movie. That is what we don't want. So, yes, it's sad that the production is halted, but also if we halt the production to help the cast and crew, that is a good thing. That is what I think is important. If Tom Cruise gets sick on Mission Impossible 7, I would also want them to stop. Same thing with any production. Jurassic World Dominion seems to be the one that's like going hard right now that doesn't seem to stop. But yeah, that's my take. Tuig, what about you?
Hey, it's 2020 and New Mutants came out. So anything is possible. I agree with that, with everything you said. It's upsetting, but obviously, like, once you get past the sort of immature, upset feelings you have, you realize, like, okay, it's the real world. Like, dude's sick. Take the time you need. I've been calling him Vengeance because in the trailer, like in every other Batman movie, when they're like, "Who are you?" and he goes, "I'm Batman." In this trailer, they go, "Who are you?" and he goes, "I'm Vengeance." I'm like, oh, cool.
So just Vengeance or the?
Just Vengeance. I think just Vengeance. He doesn't say I'm the Vengeance. He says I'm Vengeance.
The movie's called The Batman.
True. You're right. Okay, maybe he'll be the Vengeance.
What if it's The Batman : The Vengeance begins?
Oh,
and then,
it's beginning.
And then the sequel is the Dark Knight. No, the Dark Knight : The Vengeance Dark Knight Rises.
Better title.
If anybody has better titles, please tell us in the chat.
Malcolm just pointed out, and yeah, that's actually a good point. If that's not true, but he pointed out that they might still be filming scenes with. I'd imagine he'd not be in every scene.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, so they're filming with scenes without him.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some like Colin Farrell or Paul Dano like scenes in the movie that could probably be filmed without Pattinson for the time being.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hopefully, it's just a quick 2-week quarantine thing, and then he feels better and then comes back. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, but like we said, wish him the best. Wish anybody that's sick out there the best, and that they feel better, and that we can get this world a moving. My lord. Okay, so next story. Are you a Paul Thomas Anderson fan, Nick?
No, but I have 3 friends from grade school named Paul and Thomas and Andy.
Fair enough. Okay, well, Paul Thomas Anderson is making a new movie.
Oh.
And this is actually really sweet. I really like this story. He cast the son of the late, great Philip Seymour Hoffman, Cooper Hoffman, I believe is his name, in his new movie. I believe is the lead.
Oh.
This is really cool. Just says Cooper Hoffman, son of the late actor Philip Seymour Hoffman, is set to star as the lead in PTA's new film, which is currently untitled. This is really cool for a lot of reasons. PTA uses a lot of the same actors in a lot of his movies. Philip Seymour Hoffman was one of those people. This is just kind of like a cool passing of the torch type thing that I like. Also, how I'm not a big Spike Lee fan in the sense that like I've just only seen like 3 Spike Lee movies. But I thought it was cool that he cast like John David Washington in Black Klansman. Like that was something cool that like he worked with Denzel so much to bring in his son. I think it's cool. This feels really cool. I have no idea if this guy is a good actor. Not a clue. Don't know anything about him. But I like the concept of him going to clearly someone who was a good friend's son, bringing them into his project. I think that's really cool. You said yourself, not a big PTA fan, but what do you think of the story overall?
Well, first of all, I just realized John David Washington is Denzel Washington's son.
Oh,
didn't know that. So thank you for teaching me things. That's very interesting. If the acting, if that father-son pairing shows any sort of like acting being transferred apple tree style, then yeah, I have really high hopes because Philip Seymour Hoffman was dope, and I miss the dude, and so I think it's a very sweet thing. When I saw it, when you sent me the story, I didn't read it, but I'm like, oh, okay, he's probably just gonna throw him in a quick supporting thing. This is like a tribute because I've never heard of the dude before. Like, has he been in anything?
No idea. No idea.
If he, I mean, I probably wouldn't be the person to like know, but I haven't heard of him before. Is my thing. So to cast him as the lead, that's pretty cool. And yeah, like I've seen like Boogie Nights. I saw Phantom Thread.
Oh, you probably hated it. Yeah.
It just. I got it, but I was kind of like, this is a Jake movie. This isn't a Nick movie.
Fair, that's fair.
But yeah, no. Other than that, cool story. I don't know what it's about. I'll think it's cooler when I like hear what the movie's about. But just the sentiment to like sort of keep the legacy going sounds cool.
Yeah, I just looked at IMDb. This is his only credit. So unless he's like a stage actor or something. Yeah. He hasn't done anything. So we will find out more as this keeps developing. We've heard a lot of casting news in the last month or so on this one. So we'll find out more soon. Okay. Because, you know, I like these movies. But Ridley Scott talking about a new Alien movie. This has me hyped. I love the Alien franchise. Going back to David Fincher. David Fincher's first feature film is Alien 3. So that is exciting. It's not a great movie, but it's better than Alien 4, Alien Resurrection. It's way better than that movie. I'll tell you that much. So I'm excited about this. I love the first Alien. A lot of people go back and forth on the first one, the second one, what's better. I like the first one the best. I like Ridley Scott as a director in general. There's a lot of his movies that I think are just fine or bad, but the ones that hit really, really hit for me. Things like Alien, Blade Runner, The Martian. When he hits hard for me. And I, again, like something like Gladiator, I think is fine, but people love it. I think it's fine, but the ones that hit, I love. So this really excites me because that first Alien movie I think is so great. And I really liked Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Did you see either of those, Nick?
Did he? No, but did he direct those?
He directed both of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Yeah, I really liked both of those movies as well. So for him to be doing like another prequel that is kind of like the third of this trilogy that's going to tie into the first movie, I'm really excited about that. I think that a lot of people didn't like Alien Covenant. I really enjoyed it. Thought the cast was really good. Michael Fassbender is always great in Prometheus and Alien Covenant, so I would love to see another one with him as David, this android who is just awesome. If you haven't seen them, Nick, and you like the Fassbender, I think you would enjoy them. So, Nick, have you seen any of the Alien movies, and would you watch another one?
I've seen the first Alien. I've seen the second Alien, entitled Aliens, yes. And I've seen
Future Warzone champ.
Damn right. And I've seen Alien 3, but I don't remember anything about Alien 3. And so, so I, as a person who is very ignorant and hasn't seen these, I sort of look at this like the Terminator franchise. Like, first one was good, second one was great, and then after that, everyone, from what I see, everyone sort of unanimously minus Tim, agrees that like they're not great. So I haven't been excited about Alien news. Ridley Scott, for me, I'm trying to think if I even like him or not, given his whole body of work. All I know is I saw Exodus: Gods and Kings once by myself, and wow.
I saw that movie in 3D.
It was a rough time.
Yeah.
And Gladiator, I like very much. I have a poster of Gladiator, but I haven't seen it in a while, and it's not like anywhere near my like top 10, 20. So considering that's the only good thing I can think of that Ridley Scott's done for me.
Did you see All the Money in the World?
I did. That was Ridley Scott.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Future Warzone champ. I thought it was kind of boring.
But
that's just me. So if you're a Ridley Scott fan, if you're an Alien fan, I guess this is good news for me. For me, it's kind of whatever.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Rotten Tomatoes for these movies. You're definitely right. The first two Alien movies are both in the high 90%. Prometheus has a 75%.
Okay.
So it was more liked than disliked. Alien Covenant by critics, that's to say. Alien Covenant, a little lower, 65% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it has gone down. The box office revenue has also gone down on these movies, and that is what he was kind of talking about in the article, was that he wants to finish out the series, but doesn't know financially how it can happen when the last movie didn't really do that well. Again, all things considered, I would like to see it. If it never happens, whatever, who cares? But I would like to see it happen. Cody in the chat clearly doesn't want to see it happen. He does not like the Prometheus, but he loves the Gladiator. So let's move on to the next thing, which is, again, just a fun little thing. We were talking about Tenet earlier. We even brought up John David Washington. Well, Nolan was talking about, because everyone always has to ask him about DC shit because, he made that one
trilogy.
He made that one trilogy that was pretty good, I would say. People liked a couple of those movies, I think. So people were talking to him saying, "Hey, Green Lantern." And he was like, "Yeah, John David Washington." Literally, like that's about how much it went. He basically was like, if they make a Green Lantern movie, John David Washington should play Green Lantern. This is fucking dope. That's not to say that this will happen, but I would love to see this happen. John David Washington is awesome. He was great in BlacKkKlansman. He's awesome in Tenet. He can clearly carry a movie. I would love to see this happen. What about you, Nick?
I agree. Though I did not love Tenet, John David Washington was amazing in it. BlacKkKlansman, since BlacKkKlansman, so around like the 2015, 20 like on era, when I saw like a movie, like an independent movie, I would try and see like every movie in the theater. So if you ask me a question from a movie like in those like 3 or 4 years, I got it. But outside of that, not so much. when I see an actor or an actress that like really carries a movie in like a small independent film, like I always want to dream cast them for like a comic book movie or a movie that like I am really passionate about. So since Black Klansman came out, John David Washington and Dev Patel have been two people that I really, really want to see as like a character I know from the comic book pages.
Yeah.
So I think Green Lantern is a great fit for John David Washington. I think at one point I thought maybe Dev Patel could be a good Green Lantern.
Dev Patel's a great call as well. He's awesome.
Absolutely. So yeah, no, it makes sense, especially since the dude just worked with him. I'm sure he was fresh on his mind. But yeah, no, good call, Nolan. I'll give you $100,000 for your contribution to the future Green Lantern movie.
What a Dev Patel film made you want to cast him?
Oh, Lion.
Lion's awesome.
I loved Lion.
He's very good in the movie in theaters right now called The Personal History of David Copperfield as well. If you are by a theater that's playing it, I would recommend seeing it. He's very good in that. He was also very good in last year's Hotel Mumbai. Nobody saw it. I did. And it was very good, and he was very good in it. So, yes, Dev Patel's a great choice as well. But John David Washington, I think, is like perfect casting here. I think that's awesome. DC, your boy, who's literally made you so much money, is telling you to cast him. Cast him. It's a great It's a great choice. Okay. Next week, what movie is coming out, Nick? Do you know? If you can tell me the name. Oh, wait, you have the doc. So you do know. Don't say, damn it. You don't remember?
Not quite. I remember some of the words. I don't remember what order they're in.
There's one new release next weekend in U.S. theaters. Try to get there. You know what it's called?
You get the Broken Hearts Club Society?
The Broken Hearts Gallery. This is a movie starring Dacre Montgomery.
Ooh.
And then a girl's name that I don't remember off the top of my head. Basically, what this movie is like this: the lead lady. She is it's the girl from Bad Education and Blockers. She played John Cena's daughter in Blockers. Did you see Blockers, Nick?
Kinda.
Movie's funny. But she's broken up from her boyfriend. It's all sad and everything. And then Dacre Montgomery comes in and is all like, hey, I'm beautiful. And then it's a romantic comedy. That's what I got from the trailer. I could be totally off, but that is what I've gathered from the trailer. It's the only thing in wide release this weekend. Nick.
Cool. Yeah.
Based off my amazing pitch.
Right.
Will you go see this movie this weekend in theaters? Or will you see Tenet again?
Sounds like a Power Rangers sequel.
Secret Power Rangers sequel. I like it.
This doesn't sound overly interesting to me. Dacre Montgomery is very good, and I hope he gets more work. I've actually liked him in everything I've seen him in, especially when they co-opted with Dude Perfect. Dacre, he was really good in that.
No idea what you're talking about.
Niche reference. That's fine. Yeah, no, I don't care. Might go see New Mutants again if I'm being honest.
Over Tenet?
Kinda, yeah.
Wow. It's shorter. It's an hour shorter, so I don't blame you on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna see this just because I feel like
he's hungry?
Legally obligated is what I said. Yeah. I work at the theater. I'm back at the theater. I've seen everything at this point. The only new release I haven't seen yet is Cutthroat City. Don't know if I'm gonna see that one. Ethan Hawke is in it. That's all I know. But I saw Unhinged. I saw the Tenet and the New Mutants and the Copperfield. So I guess I'll go watch this. Plus Maggie wants to see it, so you know.
Cool.
Oh, I saw the Words on Bathroom Walls. I knew there was another one. I've seen all the new. Yeah, that's the name of the movie. It's a terrible title. So I'll probably check this out just because I like to go to the theater. Sue me. So we'll probably check it out. And next week when Maggie's back on the show, she can give her glowing review. Nick, if you had to guess, how much money will this make next weekend compared to Tenet?
How much does How much do the tickets at the theater you guys go to cost?
$10.
It'll make $20.
But we get in for free.
Oh, yikes. I am willing to bet at least one other couple is going to see this, so $20.
All right. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I think Tenet will win again, but
that's fair. No, I 100% agree. That's probably what's going to happen. Tenet, if I had to guess, is probably going to make another 10 million, maybe more. I could be wrong.
I was around 7 or 8. So
7 or 8. Okay, so we'll see what happens next weekend with the box office. Will Broken Hearts Gallery come in clutch and get all of the monies? Doubt it. But we'll find out next week. Okay, hey, that was the show. We got through this. 2 people rocking it out. We got this done. That's how we do it. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Next week, we will be back. Same time, same bat channel, other stuff going around. Sunday is TWOHIG'S trivia night. Do you know who's playing yet, Mr. TWOHIG?
I haven't told them yet, so no, because
all right.
I don't want to announce it here and then have one of them be like, actually, I'm kind of busy. So.
Fair enough, but you can watch that show 9 EST on Sunday. Next week Monday will be another miscellaneous where you fucking play for some reason instead of me. I don't really get that, but that's that's what happens. It's crazy. Tomorrow is Your List Sucks. I believe Boatman is hosting the show. I think. I'm trying to remember what it is tomorrow. I think Boatman's hosting, and I think it's like the oh, you know what? I can just look right here. Hang on. I know this. It is next week is Film Scores. So yes, it is Boatman, but I don't remember what he's doing. I don't remember.
Movies about movies?
I think that is it. That is 100% it. Movies about movies. You are 100% right, and Boatman is hosting. So that is tomorrow night, 9 EST for Your List Sucks. Thursday, there's a new episode of FanZone. It is a number 1 contenders match between him, Nick. I can't point on StreamYard. Nick and Brian Michaels. So winner of that match will go on to play for the title. That'll be exciting. And then you got your war zones on Thursday and Fridays. You got your fandoms on Saturdays and Sundays. A lot of stuff going around. So be on the lookout for all that stuff and more. Guys, we will see you next week with another episode. Hopefully more people will be here. Who knows? Bye-bye.
You're still here? It's over.
She's out of our hair, and just when I dare to care, she says, au contraire, you're my pair of friends. I love you.
Keep it together, man.